Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to today's Caffeine for the Soul. And if you do like these podcasts, please take a moment to rate and review us on your favorite podcast provider. Today, what I wanted to share is something that I've noticed for a long time, but I've only really had language to describe fairly recently. And when I first got into the inside-out understanding, the three principles that are based on the discoveries of Sid Banks, who is a Scottish mystic, I noticed that there was a lot of emphasis placed on what was sort of eponymously called the feeling. And I didn't quite know what the feeling was, but every now and again, I would be with a three principles teacher. I would be on a course about the inside-out understanding, and I would find myself getting incredibly quiet. And I would feel an incredible sense of presence and calm and peace. And I kind of figured out pretty quickly, oh, that's the feeling that they keep talking about. And one of the things that I found curious is that a lot of the teachers who had known Sid Banks, when the room kind of came into the feeling, they'd stop teaching. They'd take a break, or in a few cases, they'd say, okay, well, we're done for the day. And I remember thinking, that's appalling. I paid for a whole day, and why are they doing? And I kind of knew that Sid Banks himself had done that when he was alive and he was teaching, is that people would fly out from all over the world to come do a 2-day or 3-day workshop or retreat with him. And he might talk for 45 minutes and then go, okay, we're in the feeling. Go live your life. I'll see you tomorrow. And I knew from talking to some of the teachers that the days which ended early and they just were in this feeling and had nothing to do turned out to be some of their happiest memories, days where they'd have their biggest insights, days where they'd experience the most joy, days where they'd get closer to their partners or their children or their work colleagues. And I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it to the point that when I would bring these people in to teach on my seminars, and I would say to them, look, you can stop whenever you think the group's in the feeling, but I'm going to keep teaching till 5. And I laugh at it now, because I've come to see the surprising power of basking in the feeling. And as I said, I've only recently begun to find words for it, and basking is my favorite word so far. Because when you don't just, oh, well, this is a nice feeling. Gosh, this is wonderful. I love feeling this way. Anyways, teach me more. It's sort of diminishing the impact of the feeling. It's saying the feeling's nice, but what it's really about is the cognitive understanding of what's going on and how the mind works and who we really are and mind and consciousness and thought. And actually, it turns out that feeling of quiet, of presence, of calm, of delight, of peace, of gratitude, of the world of deeper feeling, is the what the Buddhists call the ultimate medicine. It diagnoses and prescribes. It's good for whatever ails you. It makes you smarter. It renews your nervous system. It's the feeling that plugs you into the mains, that recharges your batteries, and that gives you access to the creativity of the entire universe. And so when we don't go, ooh, this is a nice feeling, okay, what's next? When we bask in the feeling, when we make space to really just sit in it, not for a reason. It's like, it would be like saying to somebody, well, why do you sit in the sun? You've felt the sun now get on with it. Well, no, we bask in the sun, especially if we live somewhere where we don't get a lot of it. when it comes to falling in love. We don't go, well, okay, I felt love. Now let's get on with our lives. We bask in that feeling. If we let ourselves, we delight in it, we lose ourselves in it. And it does good things for us. And then we might get caught up in details and explanations. And okay, why did I feel this feeling? And where did this feeling come from? And okay, given that I feel this feeling with you, we now need to have sex. Or given that I feel this feeling here, I now need to devote my life to this religion or this. All of that is nothing to do with the feeling. All of that is nothing to do with the ultimate medicine. The feeling of who you really are. The feeling of being fully alive. What we might call the kingdom of heaven within us is something that is worth not just experiencing, but basking in. Because when we bask in it, it doesn't just feel nice. It genuinely heals mind, body, and soul. Have fun, learn heaps, happy basking, and I'll talk with you soon.